All right, guys, we're going to start building up a website or a class portfolio. And where you want to start first is at Google. So just your main Google page is fine. As long as you're logged in, you should see your icon over here. Click on the apps button here, and we're going to go to sites. If you have sites already built or shared with you, then you have these right here that show up. You also have a gallery up here that you can select, and you can choose, different style or format for your site. Or you can go to just a blank, and that's what I'm going to do for today is just start off with a blank. And what you want to do first here is put your name, and I'm going to put Mr. Fulton. I keep doing that for some reason. Mr. Fulton, and I'm going to call this sample since this is just an example. And I'm going to make sure that this says the same thing since I mistyped. I had didn't quite save that. So make sure that your name is up here. This should also be the same name. Right here, since I'm going to use digital media as an example here, I'm going to call this digital media. And I have some different options that I can customize. One being like the image in this header or this banner right here. So I'm going to hit the image, and I can upload pictures of my own, or I can select one from their options here. This is going to be a professional site, so we're going to keep it looking nice and neat. I'm going to choose this image here for now. Select that. And I can decide what kind of image or what kind of banner I want this to be. So I can go to header type, and I can choose a cover, which covers the whole thing as a main page. I can go to banner or large banner, and I have different options here that will help out. The other options down here, I'm going to keep it as a large banner for now. Other things that I can do is change the theme of my layout. Even though it's a blank template, I can still choose like different themes, and it kind of changes the fonts and styles a little bit within what I have here. So these are different options that you can play around with as well. And with each theme, you have like different styles that you can choose, different colors that you can pick from, or I guess make your own, or choose different types of font. So different ways that you can customize this, and I definitely recommend customizing yours. Now what we want to do is add some pages to this, because this is going to be used throughout the year and likely need some different pages up on top. One way to add pages is to go to the Pages tab here. And right now I just have a home page. So when I open the site, this is what's going to show up. I want to add some more. So I'm going to go to New Page down here, a little plus sign. And I'm going to put About Me and hit Done. That's good. Now I want to make another page. So I'm just going to keep this one selected and go to New Page. And I'm going to make one for a resume. And I'm going to hit Done. So since the resume is pretty much about me or something about me, what I want to do is put this not on its own menu like it shows up here, but underneath the About Me. So I'm going to click on this and drag it to that. And so now it's hidden and it shows up here, which is good. I'm going to select About Me again, because what I want to do is add a new page. And I'm going to call this one Photography. And it creates a whole new section here. Create another one. This is going to be Illustrator. And one more for, actually, I'm going to have a couple more. Photoshop, and another for animation. So I've got a few different pages here. Nice, customized. If I click on each one, I can add items to each one of these different sections here. So let's start with adding something to the About Me. One of the things I commonly do is have you insert like a slide that you've customized. And so I'm going to go to insert here. And I'm going to go down, and this is where I can insert all sorts of things. I can create buttons, spacers, social links, YouTube links, or videos. And I'm going to go to slide. And I'm going to choose mine and insert. And so it pops it right there. And it might take a second to load. I'm going to stretch this out to make it more visible. And that looks pretty good. I've got it nice and centered. You can move this around as well, so you can drag it and move it if you need to. You can also adjust and select different colors for these different options down here as well. So if you wanted something a little different, I can do that. You can also duplicate it if you want to kind of copy and paste kind of the same kind of things down below. So that looks good. I've inserted a slide there. So let's go to resume. And let's take a look at a created resume or resume document on Google Docs. So I'm going to go to Docs here. See what pops up. And I've got some different documents that I've opened up recently. And I know I've got one in here for like a resume guide, which is a good thing to put on here. So I'm looking through these different options and see what I can find. Here's a resume guide. And I'm going to insert, you're going to insert your own resume, but this is what I'm going to use as an example. So there's my resume. Move that over, center it, make it look nice. Maybe a little bit more there. Now in this view, it doesn't let me see the other pages. But once I publish this, it should show up. And I can do the same thing here if I want to. If I want to match the other page, then I'll do that. So I can take a look at, I can browse my site from here. And this is the creator webpage for your site. I can go to different pages and see what they all look like and customize them. I can undo or redo my actions. I can preview what the site looks like here. So if I wanted to see, hey, what does my site look like from a computer, a large screen? Well, this is kind of gives me an idea of what that looks like. And it should show up here. If I want to see what it looks like from a tablet, kind of gives me another idea. And from a phone, it shows me the same kind of thing. I'm going to X out of this. Now I've made some changes. I'm going to go back to my home page here. I've made some changes. Now what I want to do is publish this. So I'm going to go to publish in the top right. This is the name it's going to publish it under, which is great. And I'll hit publish. I wouldn't change the name to anything that's unprofessional. Again, this is a professional site for a professional project that we're working on throughout the whole year. So I've published my site, right? But let's say I wanted to view this site and see what it looks like. I'm going to go to view published site. And this is where it takes me. This is the actual website. So there's nothing here on my main page just yet, but I can go to About Me, and there's my page. I can go to my resume, find my resume there. Notice that all my controls for changing the site are not here because this is the actual website. My other tab here shows me where I can find all my changes. So if I wanted to make some changes, let's say I wanted, you know what, I want this to be a cover. Now, if I make a change, I want to make sure I always go back and publish. It's going to show me now, like the changes that I'm making. Here's what I currently have. Here's what I want to happen. So I'm going to go to publish again. And I can go back and I'm back to my tab for my site. But what I can do now is hit refresh, go to my home page, and now it shows me, here's my new site. Here's my new layout that I want and I chose. And I can go back. So if you ever take something off, or if you ever add something to your site, you always want to make sure you hit publish before you actually submit any kind of updates. So publish first, and you can always hit here and go to view your published site, and it will take you to a link or open up another tab that shows you this. Now, if you have to submit your link for your site, then what you could do is double click up here or click and drag. You can Control C or right click and copy, and you've copied that link. Now you can submit it as needed. So that is the basics for what we're working on right now, and just building up your site.